Welcome to Absolute Noncompliance. We are so happy you're here. So, let's talk about something that every corporate person knows about. Even if you're not in corporate, you know about this. If you have a professional life, you know about networking. It's this big, kind of strange word that's always being thrown around. You have the network, it's very important. Your network is what's going to impact your success, etc., etc. Okay, but let's really talk about what this network business is. Who is truly there for you? What is this network that we're always talking about? You know, I have experienced quite a bit of this whole network drama, thinking that people were there for me and they were not. So basically, it boils down to your network truly is those who are there for you, as in those who open doors for you, not just there to listen, not just there to put in their 2 cents, but actually, I mean, if they're going to give good advice, then obviously they're valuable as well. But your network, in the way that we are constantly using it, it's about who's opening doors for you. I have 3 stories. The first story I have is about a friend who I'll tell you what she did. I was looking many, many, many years ago. I was looking for a job. I was looking to make a change. And, I put the word out, spoke to her, and she got me an interview. She got me an interview with her company, a very big, successful company, and I bombed the interview. She did all she could do for me, literally got me directly seated with the hiring manager, and I was just not ready for it, because as I said, I was making a bit of a change in my career, and so I was just not ready for that. But my friend got me that interview. She opened the door wide. There was another case not too long thereafter in which I was applying to an affiliate company of hers. She sat with me, gave me inside tips, told me based upon her own personal experience how I should negotiate for, what perks and benefits. And she did all she could. I sent in my resume. I don't remember how that worked out. I don't even know if I had an interview with that, but that's not the point. The point is this was a true person whom I could consider as being a part of my network because she opened a door for me. Fast forward to another example. This, once again, a friend, because they say your friends are your network, right? She got me a job. Well, no, 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 no. She didn't get me a job. She got me an interview with her manager. She works for a big old company, and I was ready to make a move. So she got me that spot. I met him. He loved me. Of course he did. Of course he did. He loved me. And he was so excited that although there were many different teams, which I could potentially, have joined, he said that he wanted me to come back the following week and interview with him and some of his senior team members. I wasn't really expecting this because I thought I was going to be interviewing for another team. First interview with him, second interview with the hiring manager of the specialized team. And then from there, we would proceed to signature. So, but I was happy. I didn't care. I mean, I was going to get into one of the teams. It was all the same to me as long as I'm flexing my skills and expertise. I reported to my friend what happened in the interview, and she was so happy for me that it went well. But let's get to the part where I told her that her boss wanted me and his team, her team. The mood and the temperature suddenly changed. And she was straight up with me. She said, "What do you mean he wants to meet you again? Why would he want you for our team?" I told him that I don't think you fit in our team. So I'm going to have to tell him again. She made it very clear to me she had plans to tell this guy, this hiring manager at this large company who loved me and wanted to sign me. She was going to go and tell him I don't fit into their team. I was flabbergasted. I thought, She can't be serious." But she was really serious. And Anyway, so I guess she told him this. I don't remember. I think I asked her to please not say that to him because I just wanted to get into the company. I did not want to step on her toes or to make her feel inferior. I didn't say inferior, but that's what I was thinking. I didn't want her to feel as if I were there to be her competition. I mean, come on, she and I were on completely different lanes. I was highly experienced at the time, and she was a starter, just a couple years in. There was no comparing us. So I can understand why she felt insecure, and I can understand why she felt threatened, as if I joined her team, she would suddenly dim down to nothing. Yeah, she was right. However, I'm such a seasoned professional and was also at the time. I would never do that to her. I don't need to take someone else's spotlight. I just needed a space to flex my skills and expertise, as I said. So that ended with me being invited. I met with him and his crew. And I also had another interview to meet with another team whose hiring manager also wanted me. And that was the route we were going to go. Ultimately, I chose a different company at the time. But this friend of mine was, I mean, I don't know. What do you think about that? In a way, she was a part of my network because she did open a door. However, she let her human inferior side step in and completely almost derailed an opportunity for me. So I have to say that, yes, network opened the door and I did ultimately have the chance to get in, albeit no longer on her team, which was the easiest in because her manager, who was the hiring manager, was ready to sign me. I had to go and basically re-interview and retest for the other team. I ultimately chose against them, but nonetheless, she presented herself as a barrier. So she's kind of what you would call a frenemy, and whatever the equivalent of a frenemy in the networking world is. They can get you in as long as they don't feel threatened at all. Okay, fine. Fast forward. Well, actually, this does not come after. This actually came before. So before all of this, I returned to my alma mater, one of them. I'm not ready to say which one, but I probably will at some point because I don't care to protect the, you know, I can't say anything negative about my alma mater, but this one particular person was a nasty little male. So I turned to my alma mater and offered my expertise to be an adjunct professor. These professionals who were not real professors, but we go and we lecture because we bring real business experience. So I offered myself for this role and I wanted to do it because I was living abroad at the time. I went to school, I went to school in Miami. So I was living abroad at the time, different country, had years of experience working as an attorney in a foreign land, being multilingual. And I wanted to bless the students of my alma mater with my insights. I wanted to exchange great energy with them and give what I could give. Because clearly you don't get paid as an adjunct professor. You don't get paid anything much. So this was not a money move. I turned to them and I was recommended to contact the head of the business school, I believe it was at the time. Can't even remember his non important name. I sent him an email, sent him my resume, told him what I would like to do because let's be honest, to get an adjunct professor role is not a big deal. You literally come during like spring break or something, you teach for a week or two, and then you go. You go to the holiday semesters, as far as I understand it. That's what I was offering because I had a whole life and a whole career in a different country. I could only take time for 1 or 2 weeks a year and come over there and do that thing. So it's not a real deep, intensive process. It's simply, do you have experience? Do you want to do this? Okay, come through. I approached him with an email and my resume, told him I would love to join the staff of adjunct professors, come over there and teach a business law course or something like that. I don't recall his response to me. Maybe he said, "Oh, okay, thanks for sending in your, request." But what I do strongly remember, and I will never forget because it's burned into my memory, branded into my memory. He sent my application or my contact email to his assistant, and I was on carbon copy by accident because he instructed his assistant. It was one liner. He said, "Hey, treat this like every other application." I I didn't even know what to think. I could not believe it. Firstly, I was pretty disgusted with this guy and his obvious inferiority because clearly you look at my package, my resume at the time, and this is not a person that you just throw into the bucket and treat like every other application. Get out of here. No, rejected. Secondly, I was embarrassed for him because I know he did not mean for me to be in this email. What did he do? I don't even know how I ended up on it, but I was on it and I just thought, wow, you're kind of a donkey because you can't even protect your nastiness. Like, you can't even do your nastiness in private. You're literally putting the person that you should not want to see this email on the thread. So that was the end of that. I mean, needless to say. But you know what? It's crazy because I know that a lot of us, we really do consider our alma mater a large part of our network. And when you know objectively that you bring something unique, something different, something valuable to the students, I expect, and you, my wonderful listeners, you should expect your alma mater to care. You should expect them to feel honored that you would take your time to give something to the students coming up for nothing much in return. They should feel honored and grateful. So that was the end of that. I did not pursue it because I was no longer interested. I just decided that, you know, will remember this and you will remember me and we will all move on together into our glory. So I gave you three stories of network situations. One was a true network opportunity. Second one was, straddling the line between network friend and network enemy. And then the third was absolutely no network at all. Your alma mater is not necessarily an opportunity for you. They don't necessarily want to open doors for you. Whatever, I mean, and obviously it depends on who you meet, right? Because I've had experiences with other high level personnel within my alma mater who were truly fans of mine, who truly cared about me, remembered me as a student in their different roles, and wanted to work with me. So it's not my alma mater that's bad. They just had a rotten egg, bad apple that I happened to encounter. So goodbye to him. I'm sure he's not there anymore. If he is, I should find out if he is. If he is, well, yeah, we'll see. My message to you is, and I think the message that we all should take away from this is your network, as we said before, is truly about who's opening doors for you, not who's just pretending to or who is in a kind of big or decision making position. No, it's the person who's opening the doors for you. Focus on them, love them, support them, embrace and appreciate them. And do not be fooled into thinking that the others around will reach out to help you because they probably won't. If they're going to help you, they're going to help you. And you're going to be able to identify that, believe what you see, believe what you experience, and just continue to be glorious and successful. I am so happy that we had to talk today about this. It was a pleasure as always, and I look forward to coming together with you very soon. Take good care. Bye.